wizard.
Hi, I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, and I'm here with our Deck Restoration Plus products for restoration of wood and other surfaces. Basically, we have always had the best stripper in the industry, and I'll explain that in a minute. Our stripper actually works with many different types of coatings. It addresses some of today's tougher coatings, which again I will go into in just a minute. But what happens is, over time, as manufacturers have gone with a real heavy focus on durability, it's difficult for the stripper that most people use to address all the different types of coatings. And everybody is kind of trying to put that square peg in a round hole. They're trying to get the strippers we've been using, forever to work on today's coatings, and it just really doesn't work. So what happens is we've now come up with our DRP Stripper Plus. And our DRP Stripper Plus, DRP short for Deck Restoration Plus, actually works on pavers, as you can see on the label, and on wood both. And basically it's for film forming products. So now let's turn the clock back and talk about how we got here, and then you can understand what we're doing with these strippers. Okay, first of all, sodium hydroxide was the go-to for many years. Sodium hydroxide based strippers are very effective for oil-based, but they're not very effective for water-based. So everybody was trying to put that square peg in the round hole, or they would tell you, oh, if it's water-based, you're gonna have some sanding to do. Walk away, run, yada, yada. The Deck Restoration Plus products, and we get this a lot, where people will say to us, oh, they only come in 5 gallons. Oh, they're expensive. Yeah, they're expensive because they work. That's one. They're more than just sodium hydroxide. And they make about 20 to 40 gallons, sometimes more, per 5 gallon pail because they're a concentrated liquid. To do that, we've put all the ingredients in the stripper to take off those penetrating products, okay? It doesn't matter whether these are DIY type stuff, stuff you can get off the shelf at any hardware store, or some of the contractor blend stuff. This stripper is made to take off those products, and it takes off things that are difficult. And specifically, I'll mention Sikkens, Bear, and some of the other ones. This stripper will take much of that off. However, not every coating is a penetrating coating. Some of the coatings are actually film formers, where they actually go on, they sit on the surface, like more opaque ones, specifically like a solid or semi-solid type of product, some stain. So what happens is, instead of putting the square peg in the round hole and everybody making things, okay, well, let's just make this stronger. Making it stronger doesn't make it work better, okay? But that's what people are trying to do. And then they say, okay, well, there's just some sanding involved, and people get frustrated. Well, it's not really the case, because now we're catching up with the rest of the industry. All these hard to remove coatings, now we have an answer for, and that's the Stripper Plus. And you can check us out on YouTube. We have our Deck Restoration Plus Deck and Wood Stain channel, where you can see all the products being used, us stripping some solid off, and so forth. Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of one we just did, where we actually had a stain and marine varnish on garage doors, and our Stripper Plus took that off with no problem. So we'll take off varnish and your urethanes as well. So that's what we mean by this is great stuff. This will go on about 100 to 150 square foot per gallon. Okay, this is going to go on about 100 square foot per gallon. So it's not going to have the coverage that this does. This is a concentrated liquid and can be diluted 3 parts to 7 parts, 3 parts water to 1 part product, or 7 parts water to 1 part product, depending on how strong you would like to make that, and depending on the coatings or how many coatings you're removing. And then the Stripper Plus is actually sprayable. So you get a lot of solvent-based strippers out there now. You got to brush them on. They have to wait, a day or, a long period of time before you can remove them. Our Stripper Plus usually works in about 30 minutes to 4 hours, okay? And it is sprayable and ready to use. And again, about 100 square foot per gallon. We're using it, and it is a little more costly, but it saves you in the labor when you don't have to remove the coatings or do some excessive sanding. So this stuff's great stuff. That's the difference between our Deck Restoration Plus stripper and our new DRP Stripper Plus, again, for pavers, wood, other surfaces as well. This is non-hazmat. It ships very easily. It's easy to work with. This is hazmat, and this you should follow all safety precautions, wear your PPE and so forth. But we recommend that anytime we're using any kind of products as well. So anyway, that's the difference between the Stripper and the Stripper Plus. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions about the product, feel free to call us toll free at our toll free number, 866-440-3325. That's 866-440-DEC. And we'd be glad to talk to you about the product. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for watching the video.